So that is one issue. So no PSU, to the best of my knowledge, no PSU is currently recruiting for GATE statistics. But this again tells one fact that GATE statistic is very recent, very new, right? It is just been introduced in 2019. So maybe like it is still it is very immature, this GATE, because if you see how many people are appearing for GATE in 2019, there were around I guess 2,000 people appeared for GATE. Okay. In JAM, on an average, 2,500 or 3,000 around appear for GATE, the IIT JAM image paper. In GATE statistics, 2,000 appeared for 2019. In 2020, in the year which I appeared for it, around 1,600 appeared for GATE. And I heard that in 2021, the number is still less, around 1,300 or 1,400. Okay. So I think people are still not familiar with the importance of GATE. So we will discuss about it more in this meeting.
Okay. So after clearing GATE, what are the opportunities? Like you said that we can do PhD or MTech. So which institute I can apply for? And there is a two-step. As so I know that there is two-step. First is I have to give that exam. Then there is some interview, or in some institute there is personal questions, different type of things. So can you give an introduction that which type of colleges I have the opportunities?
Sure. So as I said, there are two opportunities. For statistics paper specifically, I will talk about the statistics paper only. So PSU, I will not talk much in this meeting. So first opportunity is you can do PhD. For PhD, mostly the IIT, you know that those who are familiar with MSc, JAM or IIT JAM, that IIT Bombay and IIT Kanpur has offered PhD in statistics, core statistics. Okay. But sorry. For those two IITs, you can apply for PhD. GATE score is applicable there. And now also the advantage is that that's why I want to say these things in this meeting, is that now the world or the industry or the research area is getting diverse, right? So you may see there is a notion or a topic of interdisciplinary research that has been in the literature or in the market for a while. Because you see, when you are doing statistics, it is an applicative subject, application-based subject. So it has application in many fields, say in biostatistics, biology, in physics, in astronomy, in finance, in pharmacy, every place. Currently, there's deep learning, machine learning thing going on. There also statistics has many applications. So if you are just a statistician from statistics background coming, so your PhD opportunities are restricted to some of these theoretical aspects of statistics. Say you want to do PhD statistical inference, or the measure theoretic approach, or the SQC or reliability. Those are already open for MSc. But whenever you want to do PhD, I'm talking about PhD currently. PhD in this kind of application basis. Say you want to do PhD in say genome sequencing. That is happening here in IISc and in other places. That also needs a very strong knowledge of statistics. Okay, but if you just come from a background where you have done MSc in statistics and you have appeared for UGC NET, CSIR NET exam, then getting into these fields has become harder. That becomes easier with GATE, because I know two or three of my friends who was in Kanpur, my junior. Now he's actually doing MTech research here only in IISc. So he is actually doing this MTech research in reinforcement learning. Okay. And there is also another person. She was my junior in my BSc time. She is also doing here the example that I just gave, genome sequencing. She is doing PhD in that. It is a field of biology. She is doing here. She has also BSc in MSc in statistics. She appeared for GATE and now doing PhD here in that field. Okay. So whenever you apply for GATE, your field becomes very much diverse. That's a very, very, very good plus point. Okay. And second issue is that the positive part, now there are two questions come, that why should I appear for CSIR NET or should I appear for GATE statistics?
Yeah.
Right. Another positive part is that whenever you are appearing with CSIR NET, you will get stipend both from GATE and for both for CSIR. But for GATE, the stipend directly comes from the MHI,
Okay.
Ministry of Human Resources and Development. For CSIR NET, it becomes a third party.
Okay.
So you will see many of your friends or seniors, they are doing PhD, but when they are doing PhD under the CSIR NET, by clearing CSIR NET, their stipend is lagging. They haven't got
Right,
stipend
right.
for 2-3 months, 3-4 months. Stipend is not getting approved. But for GATE, there is no such issue.
Okay.
Because for CSIR NET, first they have to take the approval from the MHRT, then that is approved. Then from CSIR body, UGC body, they like say that gives the green signal, then you get the stipend. But for GATE, you are getting it directly from MHRT.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a very positive part. You will get your stipend on time. Okay,
Right.
that is one issue. And secondly is that like I will just say a little bit about it. You know that for PhD you have a scheme that is been in a while, which is the PMRF scheme, right? Prime Minister Research Fund, where in general you will get, I guess, I'm not very sure, but I guess you will get the stipend as 31,000 to 35,000 for PhD.
Okay.
But if you get this PMRF scholarship, you will get 70,000 for the first 3 years and 80,000 for the next 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. But these are given only to the IITs, the IISERs, few of the NITs, University of Delhi, Jawaharlal Nehru University, University of Hyderabad, Jamia Millia, and I guess BHU.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why GATE is important. So actually giving GATE gives you the opportunity to PhD in IITs. So these are the benefits of it going for this. Okay. And for MTech, if you see, MTech is specifically, there is one issue that the syllabus that the GATE follows, GATE examination, that is a MSc syllabus. So you cannot do MTech just after BSc.
Right.
Okay. So you have to do a MSc and after that you have to do an MTech. So why MTech is required, that I will say a bit later. Okay. So that is one issue, but MTech is only for if you want to go into a data science field. Otherwise, MTech is not that much required. Okay. If you stay on to statistics and want to do research, then GATE is a better option than CSIR.
Okay. Right. Very beautifully explained by you. So here one thing is clear. Suppose I did my MSc and I'm doing job in a very good company. Then why do I need that GATE? Then you said that if I want to switch to data science field and AI ML this type of anything, then can you add anything? We will want to add anything on this point, or it is enough?
Yeah, sure. No, sure. So there are again. So when you want to do MTech, because MTech is specifically current what the situation is, what is going on. MTech is totally for those who want to get into data science. Because for MTech, what is there is that just to add to the previous question. So what are the opportunities? Which colleges are they that you asked?
Right.
Okay. So first is in IISc, you can do MTech in computational and data science. What I am doing currently. Okay. From IIT Guwahati, you can do MTech in data science. Okay. And it is offered by which department? Offered by Department of Mathematics, Department of Electrical Engineering, and Department of Computer Science. Okay. So it's an interdisciplinary course. Second thing. Third, you can do MTech in data analytics, that is offered by IIT Dhanbad, IIT ISM Dhanbad. Okay. Then you can do MTech in AI. AI is currently a very growing field, as you know. MTech in AI, that from IIT Hyderabad. From IIT Jodhpur is actually giving two courses. One is MTech in, again, name is same, computational and data science, from the mathematics department of IIT Jodhpur, and CS department is giving MTech in AI. Okay. And next is that IIT Jammu is also offering MTech in AI. And their statistics paper is also applicable. Okay.
Okay.
So all this MTech that I said about it. Okay. The main thing is that here not only statistics paper is applicable, they also have from CS people,
Okay.
mathematics. I'm saying the what statistics paper are applicable as computer science, mathematics, and ECE, EE, those papers are there. So from this thing, as we all are statisticians here, I guess. So from all this thing, we can infer, we can do, if you do some inference, you can infer one thing, is that this data science line is not just statistics. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
currently you may see there are memes going on in the social media that there was a picture, it is written statistics, no one is there. Just someone crossed it out in statistics by machine learning. There are a gathering of people looking at that picture. Okay. But that is not actually that it is, because then you can, why is the a different name data science? It could name just statistics. So data science is a different from statistics. It is actually, you can think of it is actually a vast field, a big umbrella under which all the statistics, optimization, machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning, all these things comes under that umbrella. So that thing is there. And recently IIT Delhi has announced, if you see the news, that they will also offer MTech in data science and machine intelligence. Okay, that is also there. And see, and for PhD, you can, apart from those two, as I said, IIT Bombay and IIT Kanpur, you can also do PhD in these areas, these institute that I said. IIT Guwahati also takes PhD for statistics. I know a few of my friends who are doing PhD there for in statistics, because the statistics department is a bit new in IIT Guwahati. Okay, so that issue is there, but they are providing statistics PhD. Now come to your point that if I am doing a job, then why should I need to do MTech? Now again, just look at some observation. All my friends and Shubhajit here, if you see most of my friends or most of your colleagues or most of your batchmates or senior who are working in, who have done MSc or BSc in statistics and now working in the corporate area, you can see 90% of them, or 90 to 95%, I can guarantee you, they are working in the financial domain,
Right.
in some banks or some these big four companies. Okay, and or in some other companies, but their posts are mainly credit risk analyst, model risk analyst, or risk analyst, business analyst, data analyst, this kind of. Okay, but you can see that data science is coming, and data science is here. Actually, it is not coming. It was coming 2-3 years ago. Now it is here. AI is here, and these use machine learning. In machine learning, you have read about regression analysis. You know that logistic also comes under machine learning. They use extensively these things, linear regression or logistic regression. But then why of my friends or my colleagues or my seniors who are from statistics background, okay, why are not here? Why they are only restricted to the financial sector? That is because data, as I just said, because data science requires something more than just having the statistical theoretical knowledge. It requires the knowledge of CS. It very much requires the knowledge of data structure and algorithms, the coding. By coding, I am not saying that coding in R where you just use some library or packages and just do lm y tilde x, you get the regression. By coding, I am meaning that those data structure related coding, because when you are making some product or making some like code or making some model, you need those kind of code such that it is running very fast. It is running very fast,
Right.
where you can, without using 2 for loop, can you use 1 for loop? This kind of things. Those in those areas, actually, CS people are very, very, very much ahead of us. Okay, so that's why they are the main contender of these data sets. Like one thing I can relate to is that when I was in Kanpur, so we are from statistics department.
Right.
We know statistics, we know these things, but CS department offered one course, probabilistic machine learning.
Right.
And we were actually keen to take that course. We have to take that course. If we take that course, job guaranteed. Company will come to us. Yeah, we want to take it. Okay. But when you took that course, we realized we are very, very, very far away from it. But all the theories that are going on, that we already know. because when we are trying to implement it, at that point we are failing very much. Okay.
Right.
So one example I can give you, we all use Flipkart or any e-commerce site. So whenever you search something, say shoe, a Adidas shoe, it will show you some 20-30 shoes, right? And if you click on one thing, then it will give you 10 more shoes. So you can clearly see some k-means clustering is going.
Right.
We all know that. K-means clustering, theoretically, we all know that. But practically, because some code is going on that is actually working in this mobile software, working on this small RAM, then it is showing us that latency in small packages so that the app doesn't get hanged. So these things are there. Okay.
Right.
So that's why for data science, those who are aspiring for data science, they should get the knowledge of CS. And that's why for them, MTech is important. And I can see a question here. Can I answer that?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so can we do job and PhD together at IIT? Yes, because then you have to be as a sponsored PhD. Okay, then we will not get these stipends that I mentioned. Okay, but yeah, you can do that because there is no issue in that. But that has to be a sponsored PhD. Okay.
But you were asking, saying that in sponsored PhD, that should be, I have to leave that job, I have to take a leave, and then I have to go for PhD, right? I can't do both.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to. No. I mean, then you can keep your job. You don't have to.
Right.
You can take a sabbatical kind of thing.
Yes.
And then you can do this.
Yes. Before going to next question, one thing I want to mention that this Zoom meeting is time limit for 40 minutes. It will end in 8 minutes. So please rejoin using the same link.
Okay.
So I will go to the next question. That is, what I am asking that is, suppose I did my MSc after completing MSc. So should I join for MTech? Should I join MTech just after completing MSc, or should I stay after MSc? Should I go for some private job and get a knowledge of every sector? And after getting some knowledge, I have to go for GATE. So what is your view?
Okay, got it. So you see, if you do MSc, okay, and if you can bag a job at that time, go for the job, hands down. Okay, because see, again, it depends on what your ambition is. If you want to stay in financial domain, there is no need to do MTech. Okay, but so go for the job. But at the same time, I generally like give the suggestion to people that give GATE exam. Why is that? Because there is one part that GATE is valid for 3 years. If you appear for GATE exam 2022, it will be valid for 22, 23, 24. These 3 years it will be valid.
Right.
So even if you have a good score or good rank, and if you don't have any plan to shift into MTech or PhD,
right,
say in 2022, but say in 2025, because in corporate, if you are going for corporate, for government is a different issue. I'm not the correct person to say about those things. But in corporate, because there will come a time where you will feel, no, corporate is not for me. The company is like treating me very harshly. I have to work for late nights, say 2 a.m., 3 a.m. every day. There is no holiday. No, PhD is the best option for me. Okay. And at that time, preparing for GATE will be very much hard. Okay.
Right.
But if you have that GATE for 3 years, if you are joining a job in 2022, and in 2024, you are realizing, okay, I can leave the job. I have to leave the job. This is my mental health issue is very poor. Okay. Then that GATE score is actually valid for you after 3 years also. Okay. So then you don't have to appear again. And you have to again do your job and also prepare for GATE. You don't have to do those things. That same score that you gave 3 years earlier, if that is a good score, then that will bag you an MTech or a PhD, whatever. So hence, and it is a national level exam, which is a great national importance, right? Because you can see that JEE Advanced, there is a hype among the nation everyone wants to get into IIT. There is a like web series on that, just to how to get into IITs. Okay. So that's why GATE is also this is an opportunity. See this GATE statistics as an opportunity to go into the more diverse field. Okay. So this is the best opportunity for you to go into the more diverse field, apart from just data analyst or financial domain or other. So that is one issue. So if you can bag a job after MSc, go for it. But at the same time, I will suggest prepare for GATE statistics paper. Okay, because if you give that paper and you have a 3 years window to think about it, whether should I go for it or should I not go for it. Okay, so that's a very much advantage. And initial test after giving MSc, if you prepare, because the syllabus mainly follows the MSc syllabus.
Right.
Okay, so then you will have all those concepts fresh in mind. So I actually did job for 2 years, and then when I started preparing from GATE, I was reading this Neyman Pearson lemma, and I was like, okay, is this something new? I have totally forgotten. Right? Because after you will not use Neyman Pearson lemma anywhere in your job.
Right.
Okay. The statements, the proofs, the theory. So that's why after doing MSc, at least start preparing for the MTech process. Give the MTech, give the GATE exam. If it's a good score, you have a 3 years window to think about it. So do a 2 years job. After that, 2 years experience is fine. And then if you think that I need to learn something more, I want to shift to PhD, how that academic skills is there, you have that GATE score available. So my suggestion would be after MSc, start preparing for GATE.
Right. That is fine. Now, can you give me, please? You are in the 4th semester, so can you please give a view on what is the semester, why subject? Like you are right now, you are doing a MTech. So which subject, the curriculum of this 2 year, and last semester there is a project. So can you give a brief idea on this, so we can know about that which type of topic I have to read or have an idea of this?
Okay, sure. Prior to that, okay. So to answer this thing, the fact is that I am doing MTech and I have done MSc, and both from IIT and ISS. So I think I am the best person to say what is the difference between MSc and MTech. Both are postgraduate degree, but why there is so much hype in MTech and so much not so very popular in MSc. The fact is that MTech, any MTech, Masters in Technology, there is more application-based subjects rather than theory-based subjects. Here, they don't, mostly, in most of the subjects, not on every subject, they don't care about how much theorem you know, how much proof you know. Are you writing the proof in, a 2-page proof that for normal distribution, X bar and S square are independent. For multivariate normal, we have that proof for 2 pages. So they won't go into those things. That are you able to prove those things? Can you prove the MGF of Wishart distribution? They don't care about this. Here the idea is that you have this notion, you have these properties, you have these lemmas. Can you use these things to create something for the society, to create something for the company? So that's why MTech is more job friendly, because ultimately, see, after going to the job, you have to do all those things. Like you have to build a model. Yeah, for now, say for example, regression, linearity. You are doing a linear regression. You know the theorems. You know Gauss-Markov theorem. You know all those things. Okay, linear model, all those things. But when you are going to a company and building a model, okay, that will be go into production. Okay, what will happen now? There you will have say 6,000 predictors. Right, and then you have to write that efficient code, which will given an input which will run on the 6,000 pages, which will do all this feature engineering, all these forward selection, backward selection that we do, all those things. Right. So those things will be there, and those needs this application. In our MSc, whenever we have done any project or any kind of thing, there were like 3-4 variables. Maximum data length was 100 to 200, and you just fit a regression. Here we are doing regression, same thing regression, but now I have a data of like say 6,000 variables and number of observations 2 million, 3 million. Okay. That is exactly that you will get in a job. because
Right.
any company, any MNC that you get into, they will not give you a data of say 300 observation and on 2 variables and will tell you, okay, give me a linear regression on this. So
Yeah.
these kind of problems or challenges that is there, that is available in the MTech process, right? So that is one thing there. And for the curricula, this MTech, any MTech, not for just what